Hey everybody, and thanks for joining me here in my living room, none other than my living room. Behind me you can see just a small portion of my books. I have some books in my bedroom as well, and some books on my iPhone, on my iPad, on my Kindle application, on my Audible, so there are books everywhere. I read books every chance I get, and actually there are these paper books. Um, Today I'd like to share my 5 takeaways from listening to an audiobook by Jeffrey Gitomer. The audiobook is called The Sales Bible. Um, I first heard about Jeffrey Gitomer accidentally back in 2012 when I was in Mountain View in California, and I was passing by this used bookstore. And since I'm an avid reader, you know me, I walk in there and start looking if there are any good books, and naturally there were. You could buy great books for $1, $2, and I didn't really have a list. I was basically just going on the title and if I knew the author and things like that. And I found this book. It's called The Little Red Book of Selling. I really like the title, and I like the cover of the book, the paper quality, all the superficial things that basically you shouldn't be judging the book by. But I like the cover, and I like the topics inside of it, and I said, what the heck, it was, I can think I still see the price. It was for half the price, and decided to go for it. I also bought another 20, I think it was 20 or 30 books, something like that, like a whole case of them, and the guy selling them was looking at me strangely, but anyway, I shipped those books back to my home in Croatia. Anyway, Jeffrey Gitomer. So yeah, I read this book 2 times, and recently I wanted to read basically a new book on selling, and I found this book, the Bible, the Sales Bible, also by Jeffrey Gitomer. And here are the 5 takeaways. The first takeaway would be that failure is not a person, it's an event. And Zig Ziglar said this, and Jeffrey Gitomer quoted him inside of his book. And that's really hard to take on some days when you're selling, sending cold emails, and you get negative responses. On some days you feel like a failure, and there's a chapter in the book that convinces you that it's not a person, it's an event. You failed this time, but you're getting somewhere. I also read somewhere else that both failure and success give you feedback. They give you a result, where when you don't take action, you don't get a result. So with Jeffrey, everything is like 4.5, 10.5. There aren't any straight numbers. Let me just take care of this. So there's 4.5, 10.5. Anyway, there's the 4.5 degrees of failing, because you can't be a complete failure. There's probably a degree of failing. And 1, failing to do your best. 2, failing to learn. 3, failing to accept responsibility. 4, failing to meet quotas or present goals. And 4.5, failing to have a positive attitude, which is crucial when you're making a sale. You have to have positive attitude going into the sale that it's gonna happen. Second takeaway would be that when you get asked a buying question, you have to get good at detecting a buying question. And there are several buying questions that Jeffrey repeats throughout the book, and teaches you how to detect them, and once you do listen to them, and once you do detect them, how to respond to them. So basically, you need to discover the motives. Sorry about that. You need to answer, but also ask. But when somebody don't answer like yes or no. When somebody asks you, do you have in blue collar? Don't answer yes or no. Answer yes, and if we do have the blue collar, can we ship it to you tomorrow? Or yes, do you want to? How many of them do you want? So automatically follow up with a question. Third takeaway would be that, and I would say this was huge for me, that selling isn't telling, it's not pitching, it's not pushing, it's not presenting, it's somewhat storytelling, but that's a small portion of selling. Selling is actually asking questions, listening, and deducing, trying to conclude what's the motive for the purchase. What's going on in the client's head, what's preventing him from buying, and what might compel him to make a purchase. So when you're selling, focus more on listening, on asking, and being quiet. Also about being quiet, I heard that numerous times, that when you make the pitch and who talks first loses. So basically, when you make the pitch, just silence. Fourth takeaway. This wouldn't be a Bible, sales Bible, without commandments. And this wouldn't be Jeffrey if it weren't 10.5 commandments. So there weren't 10 commandments, but 10.5 commandments. So commandment number 1, think. The sale is in your head. Mindset determines success more than anything. Then commandment number 2, believe. Develop a 4-part belief system that you can do, that can't be penetrated. 1, company. 2, product. 3, yourself. And 4, customer is best off with you. Third takeaway, engage. Develop rapport and personal engagement. 4, discover. People buy for their reasons, not yours. Find out their reasons first. And people love to buy, but they hate to be sold to. Commandment number 5, ask. Wrong questions equal wrong answers. Right questions equal sale. 6, observe. Your ability to observe must be as powerful as your ability to sell and ability to listen. 7, dare. Have the chutzpah to risk. That's another word I heard a lot throughout the book. Chutzpah. You can Google that if you don't know what it means. Commandment number 8, own. Know whose fault it really is when the sale is not made. Whose fault it is. Commandment number 9, earn. Sell for the relationship, not the commission. Commandment number 10, prove. 1 testimonial is worth 100 sales pitches. And Jeffrey talks about this a little bit in his book about video testimonials. How, you have text testimonials, text plus photo testimonials, and then you have video testimonials. They're like the best. Just show those to potential clients and you're much better off than making 10 sales pitches. And 10.5 commandment, become. You don't get great at selling in a day, you get great at selling day by day. And this is by far my favorite testimonial, the commandment by far. Why? Because, when you read the book, or when you want to read the book, you basically want the knowledge now. Okay, I want to be great at this and that. Let me read this book, bam, 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 and I'm great at it. Let's go. I understand this intellectually, but if you're not doing it, you don't know it. And sales is definitely, I think, one of those skills that can be learned by reading. You have to make the calls, send mails, do meetings, do webinars, do seminars, do one-on-one calls, do one-on-one meetings, do sales letters, landing pages, everything. Everything is about doing and then tweaking, listening, checking, analyzing, improving. That's how you get good at sales, not by reading books. No matter, if you read 3 good books, it's probably more knowledge than the majority of other salespeople that don't read books at all. Basically, they're just winging it. But after you're done reading, you have to start implementing, you have to start practicing, you have to start testing your own sales skills. And takeaway number 5, one of the most repeated word throughout the book was rapport. You have to make rapport, and then go into the meeting. Don't go into the meeting before making rapport. If you want to make this sale, have the rapport this, rapport that. It was like rapport. And probably for a good reason. I see them past my 10-minute mark, so I don't have too much time anymore. I probably lost you a couple of times while watching this video, so I want to wrap up here. Hope that we have some rapport after watching this video, and that we'll stay connected, and that you'll probably hopefully subscribe to my YouTube channel. And looking forward to new books. Hope you're reading as well, and hope you have a great day today. Take care.